In today's video, I'm going to be showing you 15 awesome tools that's going to help elevate your YouTube game, whether that is better search engine optimization, better thumbnails, tools to make thumbnails, tools to make your descriptions, tags, and keywords and everything, titles better. These tools are awesome and are going to help out a lot. So without further ado, let's run that intro and jump over to the computer. What's going on, guys? Chad here from How To Tech, the channel dedicated to helping you take your tech to the next level. And today we are going to be elevating your YouTube game by giving you 15 amazing tools. I'm not really giving them to you. I'm just giving you information on what they are. Some of these are free, some of these are paid, and some of these are a mixture of both. So let's just go ahead and kind of talk about it. I want to go ahead and mention there's one second from the last. Please stay to check this out. This is a really neat tool that's going to help you summarize other videos and get statistics on them, as well as see a transcription of the entire video. So you can actually parse and go through somebody else's video and figure out what works and why it works really quickly, which is a really neat tool and thing to have. So let's go ahead and get started first with the YouTube creators section. Is amazing and is going to be useful for you if you're new on YouTube. If you want to know how to get started, how to build your community, how to make money, how to grow your channel, and the policies and guidelines, and how to get involved with YouTube as a whole, this is the place to start. There are articles, there's videos, there are other creators that make videos for this channel, and they're useful for you. So go ahead and leverage this tool, and hopefully it'll help you out. Let's get over to vidIQ. vidIQ is something I've been using for a while. This is the tool I currently use for my search engine optimization, but I actually use it in tandem with some other stuff that we'll talk about in a second. But this is a tool I love. This is going to help you identify keywords and descriptions and everything in other people's videos and figure out what works, whether those are tripled keywords, whether those are the tags that are the keywords or the titles, and even how to write better titles and other stuff like that. This is used by a bunch of very big creators and small creators as well, and they even are leveraging ChatGPT to help coach you on YouTube, which is really neat. So here's kind of what you would get if you just did a very basic keyword search, and you can see how those rank as far as competition, the overall score, the search volume, and other videos that are in the space. You can actually see the trending ones, or if you just go directly to a YouTube video, you can actually see this information on the side as well. See how well the video is performing and see what tags are, ranking it up there in the search results. There's other information and stuff in here as well that's going to be useful for you, and they even have an affiliates program, and we'll be putting our affiliates link down below. So go ahead, give that a click, give it a shot. It is one of the best tools. I think single-handedly, it is the best tool for YouTube that I've ever paid money for. And that says a lot. It's definitely worth it. There's different plans. Go ahead and check those out and figure out which one might be best for you if you need some help with search engine optimization. Now let's go ahead and move over to the next one, which is tubebuddy. This is basically the competitor to vidIQ, and this one is really good as well. This is actually what I used previously before I used vidIQ. Basically the same thing. It's going to give you search analysis and volume and keywords and tags and stuff like that if you go check out other videos. It's basically the competitor to vidIQ. It's very similar, and it's going to be a useful tool for you as well. If I remember correctly, the pricing might be a little bit cheaper on this one for those of you that are sure if whether or not a search engine optimization tool is going to help you. I can promise you it will help your content for sure. So it'll help you get noticed out there. So let's move over to ChatGPT. This is something I'm also using in tandem with search engine optimization tools to help write better tags and better descriptions for my videos, as well as come up with more ideas for titles for videos without having to sit there and go 15 times, maybe it should be this way or this way, and deleting and doing the title over and over again. This helps out a lot, gives you a bunch of ideas, gives you something to bounce off of. It's kind of like another person that's very creative to talk to and have conversations with and figure out what's going to work best for you. And I really like this tool. Now, the alternative to that I've been using in tandem even with this is Bing. The new Bing search uses ChatGPT as well. I think it uses GPT-4, so it uses the internet, and it's a really nice tool. It's is basically the same thing. You can have a conversation with it and you can actually tell it how precise, balanced, or creative you want it to be and figure out the best way to write a description, figure out tags, come up with a title for a video, even come up with ideas for videos. This is a great tool. Definitely give it a shot if you haven't already. This costs no money. It's free. Use it. Give it a shot. All right. Now let's talk about socialblade. This is really good for analytics, and I'm just going to go down to the bottom here where they talk about some of their stuff. Basically, it can help you with ranking your videos, finding influencers, growing your channel. It's got business API. What I've mainly used this before is for milestones and for me tracking my channel and seeing how well I've been growing. It'll show you how you rank with other channels in your niche and categories and just how well you're doing. And it even gives a channel grade. So that's really neat to go and look at these statistics and figure out what you're doing well and maybe what's not doing well. And you can see your subscribers and view counts over the last few months and years and all that stuff. It's really good for statistics and finding other creators on the platform. Canva. This is really neat. Useful if you need to make thumbnails. I suggest you make a thumbnail for every single video. It doesn't matter what it is, unless it's probably short content. I don't know if you can do that or not. But yeah, with long form content, make a thumbnail. Even if it's basic, you can get better. And if you guys want to see videos on how to create, interesting and compelling thumbnails, as well as titles and all the search engine optimization stuff, let me know in the comment section down below. But this is a tool as well. It has free and paid versions, so definitely give that a shot on the free version and see if you get what you need. But there's templates and stuff like that for you to get started, which is really neat. And my alternative that I personally like to use is I'm a big Photoshop guy. I can't get away from it. I've tried using other stuff, but Photoshop is just the one thing I go back to over and over again. But when I don't have Photoshop with me, this is the closest thing to it, and it is free, completely free. It can even open up Photoshop documents and let you edit them. But what I really like about it is the UI and the way that the tools work are very similar to Photoshop. So you can actually do a lot of very similar things inside of it. And it's just a nice and easy way for me that it feels similar, feels familiar to what I'm used to. And I can use it on the go if I don't have Photoshop with me, or if for whatever reason I don't feel like paying for Photoshop that month. This is a really neat tool as well. Speaking of your thumbnails, which we just were, this is a really good tool. Thumbnailtest.com allows you to compare two different thumbnails. So you can make one in one style and one in another style, and you go, I really don't know. I like both of them, but which one is going to perform better? Well, you could do what I've done in the past and send it to a group of friends and say, hey, which one would you guys click on without really much context? And half the time I feel like they pick the ones that I don't like as much. And sometimes that might be the best thumbnail for your video. And that's what this tool is great for. Go ahead, throw it out there, let people look at it and analyze and figure out what your best thumbnail could be for your video to help get more clicks on that video. It is paid. There are some plans that you can look at right here. You can do monthly, yearly, however you want to do that, but possibly give that a shot if you want to up your thumbnail game. Now we've got this tool right here. This is really awesome. The Creator Hooks Pro is basically another analytics tool, and it can compare and basically search a database and figure out words and keywords that are going to work well for your videos, and talks about the psychology, because YouTube is a psychology, and the main thing you want to increase is that CTR, or your click-through rate. That is going to mean more people clicking on your videos, watching them, and that leads to more views, that leads to more possible likes, comments, and subscriptions. They won't do any of those last three things that I just mentioned if they don't click the video. So we got to get them to click. And that's the purpose of a lot of these tools that we're talking about today. Let's go ahead and move over to Google Trends. If it's trending, it's popular. People are probably searching for it. You should make videos on it. Use this tool to figure out what's trending in your niche and what might not be trending in your niche and what might not be worth making a video on at that time. Now, there's no perfect rule or science to any of this. Any video can blow up. Any video that you think could blow up could be the worst video you've ever made. Maybe that's true, but in 6 months it might not be. This might be a really useful tool for you to figure out what is trending or what is on the uptick in your niche. Definitely give this a shot. This next one I love using for titles. I absolutely love it. So the example I have right here is angry. If I was looking to title a video and I put down angry driver or angry something or whatever, trying to get that main keyword to make you go, I'm interested, I'm reading, I'm looking at the thumbnail. What is going to get them to click? Sometimes that might not be the best word you can use that might get more clicks. It might be furious instead. So use this power thesaurus and go through and find words that might look a little bit better in your title and might lead to more clicks, because that can help you out a ton. Next, we've got thumbsup.tv. I love this. Simply just click on this, upload your thumbnail, and then give it a title here. And then you can scroll down and kind of see how they would look. So in a web browser, the title would look something like this. And on a home small, sidebar, channel page, all this stuff. And you can even see what it would look like on mobile, Apple TV, and all this other stuff. It's a really useful tool to figure out how your thumbnail is going to scale. Is that text too small? Is that image too small? Is that logo or device or whatever you're putting in your thumbnails? Is it eye-catching at that size? Because that's a problem a lot of people have. In Photoshop, they might be designing their thumbnail or whatever program you're using, and you've got it full screen and you're working on it and you get done and you go, that's great. But by the time it gets crunched down to a screen on a phone and it's like that big, just like that big, it might not look that great. So this is a really neat tool to help you figure out whether or not your thumbnail is going to stand out. Looking at this now, I definitely should have had more contrast in the background there to let that Stream Deck pop, or used an image of a white Stream Deck. That probably would have looked a lot better. The more you know, right? So let's move over to one of my new favorite tools, and that is CreatorML. Now, I will say that there's some paid versions, paid uses, use cases for this. But what this is really good is helping you figure out how to rank your videos, gives you search engine or search title ideas, tone of voice, what you're going for with it, and you can even generate similar ideas. It does work off a credit system, and you have to pay to get credits to use those. But the version and the features that I think are really neat is actually the Chrome extension, which is free. So the Chrome extension can be really useful for stuff just like this. It can give you a transcript and a summary of the entire video, and I could look at this and have a complete idea of what's talked about in this video and the key takeaways. This could be really useful if you're checking out other videos in your niche that are doing well and you don't want to watch, 10, 15 videos for homework and figuring out what might work well and what doesn't. You can actually just take all this, look at the summaries, and read through them in about 2 minutes each and know a lot more than if you sat there and watched, 3 hours worth of video. So pretty neat. Transcription, summary, and statistics, and that's all with CreatorML. And the last tool is obviously going to be get subscribed to How To Tech. We're going to help you take your tech and your content to the next level. And we've got tons of playlists, whether that is, and we've actually started doing shorts, and we're going to be doing more of those moving forward to kind of keep from cluttering up the timeline. But we've got tips for YouTube, Twitch, Streamlabs OBS, and OBS, and we're going to be making more videos on similar stuff, software, and even search engine optimization moving forward. So go ahead and get subscribed and let us know what you'd like to see. So alright guys, that's going to be all for this video. Like, subscribe, all that cool stuff like we just mentioned, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks so much for watching, and see you later. Bye!